Alright, good afternoon, classmates. My name is Eddie Lopez. I'm a soccer fanatic, and I will be teaching you on how to do some soccer tricks. Now, sports have become not important, but part of our everyday lives. I mean, just yesterday I was in the locker room with a football team, and they were arguing for about 30 minutes on the SEC and the ACC, Clemson and Carolina, statistics and all that. And I just told them, I play soccer. I watch soccer. So they were kind of upset about that. But sports have become, I guess, part of our everyday lives. And with sports now, people have come up with tricks and skills. They use their skills to come up with new tricks to help them better understand the game, to better control their technique. And people have created a lot when it comes to soccer. One special basic move that people know is the around the world trick. This basically is a fundamental trick because if you can learn how to do this one trick, you're basically set to know and comprehend and do a bunch of other skills. Now, to do the around the world trick, we're going to need proper material. Shorts, a ball, preferably size 5, and shoes. If you've been playing for a long time, and if you're not used to shoes, or if you can play without shoes, then you don't need shoes, just socks. First, what we want to do is, I guess, stretch. And I'm not going to say I guess because you have to stretch. That way you won't pull anything. So we do some light stretching. Okay. First, we're going to put the ball at take one step ahead of you, and that's where you'll put the ball, right here. Next, you're going to want to put your dominant foot on top of the ball, dead on the center. The next thing you're going to want to practice doing is rolling the ball back to you, as so, on top of your feet. Keep doing this until you feel comfortable pulling it back to you a couple of times. The next step is whenever you pull it back, you're going to want to make your feet, as soon as it lands on the top of your toes, pull your feet back so you can catch it on your foot. I will demonstrate this by doing catch it and holding it up. And you're just going to want to keep doing this until you're comfortable or until you can catch it without having it fall away. Alright, the next step to do is when you catch it, is to make sure the ball, you can feel it, lean a little to the right. It doesn't have to go all the way completely to the right as long as you can feel it. Lean just slightly to the right. Now the next step is where they get the name around the world. You're going to want to pick the ball up, lift it up. Your foot is going to want to lift the ball up. And as soon as your foot lifts the ball up, your foot's going to go around the ball and back under, like so. Demonstrate again. Lift. And make it come around right under. And the last step, well basically, I just shown, is as soon as your foot comes around the ball, you're going to want to make your foot go back under it. You don't have to catch it, and you don't have to kick it up again, but as long as your foot touches it, then that's just a basic skill, because you're just beginning and you're learning. Lift and catch it. And that's basically the skill that you learn. It's a common technique because it teaches you control, balance, and it's just a nice, neat trick to try. Do I have any volunteers in the crowd who would like to come up? You, sir? All right. You take one step ahead of you, and that's where you're going to put the ball. So put your foot dead on the center of the ball. Roll it back to you. Make sure it goes on top of your foot. Roll it back. Roll it back. Pull it back. There. You're going to want to pull it back to make it go on top of your feet. Exactly. When it gets on there, Make your toes come straight up. Almost. You have the concept. Almost. Let me help you out there. Hold on. Put your feet on it. Roll it back. When it gets up, you're going to want to make this. Hold it. And lean to the right. Make sure you have a nice steady balance. So I have to hold on. And what you're going to want to do is lift your foot up and make this go around it. When your foot gets right alongside the ball. Try not to lift it up too much. Okay. One more. Well, you're getting the concept of it. There you go. Well, thank you. Well, basically, this trick teaches you the fundamentals of the game. And if you can do this, then you can basically come up with your own tricks, newer tricks, more advanced tricks. Like this. And just add more skill to it. And that's basically how this skill can help you become a better player.